Should I shave or should I grow? I've been thinking about my grandfather a lot lately. You know, and back in the day, when he was shaving, he would have never dreamed of anything that looked like this. This was my last shave. And for today, great razor. Eliminates stubble, quick and easy, without tugging. Just beautiful design. But back in the day, when my grandfather shaved, he would have been shaving with something like this. This is the 195 from Gillette, the adjustable razor. So you could deal with different types of beard length and constitution, whether you had a thin beard or a coarse beard. This was an adjustable razor, nicknamed and beloved the Gillette Fat Boy. But you know what? I think my grandfather probably would have shaved with something like this because he was slim. This is the Gillette Slim Adjustable, and very similar concept. You've got this ring here that adjusts to the aggressiveness or the mildness, whatever you want to think, that you'd like. So for today's shave, I'm going to be getting rid of, first off, the goatee, because my grandfather would have hated to see me wear any facial hair. He thought that was lazy. So for that, I'm gonna dial this up in aggressiveness. So you'll open up the clasp, click it up to maximum setting of 9. I'll rip the goatee off on the first pass. For the second pass, I'll click back to 5. And for the final, what I like to call the get right pass, I'll pull back to a 1. And we'll do a shave in memory of my pawpaw. I want to thank my boy Jimmy G for sending me both of these beautiful vintage Gillette razors. And if you don't have an adjustable razor, and if you don't have a vintage razor, get to one of your local vintage shops. Ask them if they sell men's grooming products, or go to one that specifically sells grooming products and get yourself a vintage set of razors. You'll love it. I'll be throwing a vintage name, the King C Gillette blade, into the Slim Adjustable. So your twist to open, plop that sucker right down and close it up and get ready to go. And the other thing with these vintage Gillettes, to make the adjustment on the ring, you should have the unit open. Where is, so we're gonna go up to a 9. So we'll start on the 9 setting. Let's talk about the razor itself. It's beautifully balanced. It's got a nice slim yet long handle. Nice knurling here. It's got a decent amount of heft. I can imagine this coming out of the box all glistening and beautiful. I may have it replated, but it's in really, really good shape. Thanks again, Jimmy G. For the real enthusiasts, guys. Made in the USA. These codes on the bottom mean something to you guys. Really, really nice. Let's look at the ring here. So I'm on a 9 setting. Again, if I wanted to change that, you open the clasp. We're going to dial back to a 5 for the second shave. And then for the third and final pass, we'll dial back to a 1. But again, we'll be starting off today's shave at the max setting, the most aggressive setting, the 9. Knowing my grandfather, he would have probably gotten it out of a can, so I'll be using this commemorative 100th anniversary Barbasol today. Try it with Barbasol razors, but not today. And without further ado, let's get started. Do a little steam up with some, we're gonna do hot water. My grandfather wasn't worried about his dainty skin. He just wanted a close shave. And I'm wearing a hat he would enjoy. With the mesh in the back. This shave's for you, Papa. He hated my grandfather. He hated to see a man with facial hair. He thought that was lazy. We were taking the lazy way out. Okay. A little cup of Joe Black. We'll get our Barbasol on by hand. Imagine some of our grandfathers today looking at us with all these perfumes and soaps and foolishness. We love it though. We love it. There's a place for that, guys. And we do love it. But sometimes you just got to get back to old school basics. Again, my Slim Adjustable from Gillette, brought to us by Jimmy G. And I want to thank Jimmy G for sending me this beautiful vintage razor. Grandfather, my pawpaw, would definitely have approved Jimmy. It's set on the highest, the 9 setting, and my first pass is going to be with the grain. Short strokes, 30 to 35 degree angle. Nice, mild feeling here with that King C Gillette blade. But I shaved just the other day on the sides here. We've dialed this in to 9 because we're taking off the goatee. Like a hot knife through butter. Very smooth, guys. Wow, look at that. Smooth and easy. Two sides of a double-edged razor, so use them. Look at all that. Beautiful. This Slim Adjustable is making quick work of that goatee. So midway through, I just wanted to wash out the device because there's so much long stubble. In the mechanism. But guys, let me tell you, smooth. Easy strokes. a very mild feeling, even on the 9, guys. Even on its most aggressive setting. Again, I'm going to take that blade out and clean it up, and we'll get back to the shave. That old barbershop smell of Barbasol. First pass. First pass in the books. Now what I'll do is I'll open up the clasp. I'll take the blade out. I'll wash it off, rinse it off. And while I have it open, I'll dial this back to a 5, the mid setting, for pass number 2. Again, with these vintage Gillettes, you want to open the clasp before you adjust the setting. A little bit more steam. A little bit more Barbasol. And we're gonna go for pass 2, which will be a cross grain pass. Not sure my pawpaw would be doing all these multiple passes either. He'd probably just feel with his hand to make sure it's good and attend to the spots he missed in the first go round. But again, we have our own way today. All right, a cross grain pass at the 5 setting. Oh, this is a very nice and smooth razor, very mild. Perfect. You hear the feedback? I'm also rinsing off with rather warm water. So I got a nice burn every time. That razor head hits my face. It's a good burn though. The cross grain you want to watch. There's a little overhang. The cross grain is where you want to get up into the nooks and crannies, but I just nicked myself with that overhang. I don't know if you can see it, but the blade itself hangs out a little longer. Than the clasp or the head of the razor, so be very careful, especially if you have a big nose like me. Cross grain on this side. And with the exception of hitting my nose with the overhang of the razor, this has been a very comfortable, smooth, and wonderful shave. You hear that feedback? All right. 2 shaves or 2 passes in the books. A little bit more hot water, a little bit more hot steam. We'll open up the clasp and we'll dial this back. We'll dial this back to a 1. So we've gone from a 9 setting to a 1. A little bit more Barbasol. This will be our final pass, 3rd and final pass. I'll thin this up with a little bit of water before I get to shaving. But it feels so nice, guys. That old school Barbasol feel and smell. Thin that up just a tad by adding a little bit of water. And let's get to cracking. This is going to be the final get right pass. It's going to be against the grain. I'm going to flip the blade upside down and shave upward again. 30 to 35 degrees. Not trying to do too much here. Light pressure, if any. Let the device do the work. This is just addressing any stray hairs that you may have missed during the first 2 passes. Again, I'm putting hot water right on this. So you've got warmth in every stroke. Flip that double-edged blade. Beautiful. Nice, mild razor. On its mildest setting for that last pass. It's like sandpaper. You start off with the most coarse setting. And you reduce the grit. And you reduce the grit as you get to the end. Beautiful. Look at that. All right. Now I'm going to rinse off with cold water and I'll apply the aftershave. That's a nice old school shave. Now to finish up, Paul would have probably had some Old Spice aftershave or some Brute. Probably Old Spice. But Couldn't find any in my collection. So the closest thing is my Duke Cannon post-shave balm, the ice cold with a nice menthol smell to it. My pawpaw would have approved. He would have approved of this stuff. Very nice. Put on a healthy amount and just smooth it in. Oh, yeah. Burns so nice. Goes on icy. Brings the heat and the healing properties of menthol. Some hydration for the skin. And that's it, guys. A proper shave from my grandfather. Pawpaw here's looking at you. I know you're up there laughing at me. And I want to thank my boy Jimmy G for sending me this beautiful vintage Gillette Slim Adjustable. Really, really nice razor. Nice and mild, actually. Even on the most aggressive setting. So if you're getting into wet shaving and you're looking at your first vintage razor, this might be a good one to get. Pick it up, guys. eBay, Etsy, or at your local thrift store. Thank you guys for allowing me to go down memory lane and for watching my videos. I'll see you next time, which will probably be like tomorrow or the day after. But in the meantime, you know what to do. Keep pushing play. And I'll see you guys next time. Roll the music.